Hi, today's video we're looking at the circle Jessica stitch. This is part 1 in a 3-part class, looking at the different types of Jessica stitch. This was suggested to me by Niki from Cirrus Creations. If you've not seen the video on her work, I suggest you go check that out. Now when I met her, she mentioned that there were hardly any videos on this stitch, and she was working on a project where she really struggled with finding a video to help her with learning that stitch. So she asked if I could try one, put it on YouTube. Now, I couldn't find much in the way of research for this stitch. I went through quite a lot of my embroidery books and I can't seem to find much on this. I did find one really great webpage which helped me work out this triangle stitch, but unfortunately when I first filmed this video I tried to find the link so I could put it in the description box, but I couldn't find it. The page was gone, so unfortunately I can't give credit to where I learnt that stitch. It's quite difficult when you compare it to the circle and the square. Now the circle and the square are very similar stitches. There's just one tiny difference which makes it from the square to the circle, and it's a tiny little stitch in this gap here. But you see as we go on, and you'll see when we do this video now with the circle, and you'll see again when we do the video with the square. As I've just mentioned, this isn't the first time I've filmed this. If you follow the Facebook page, you would have seen that I put up a bit of a rant a while ago that the original video that I did for the circle stitch was corrupted. Now, unfortunately, it's been an absolute nightmare filming these stitches. The first attempt was fine. I managed to do all 3. I think the first time I did it, the battery ran out for the triangle, so I had to film that again at a later date. That was before I had bought the 3 new batteries. Then when I went to editing, I'd done the first video and that was fine. Then I went to edit the square stitch, and to my horror I found out that most of the stitching had been off screen for a lot of the video. So I ended up refilming that, and I refilmed the triangle as well just to be on the safe side, which those videos came out great. I think there was a problem with the triangle stitch again. I had to refilm part of that again. So with all 3 stitches, it's a very similar pattern. You'll increase and decrease. As I said earlier, these 2 are very similar the way you work them out. There's only one slight difference, which we'll come up to in a minute. So to start, you go across 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then up 1. Then you come out to the right of that first stitch. Then you go across 3, then up 2. Again, you come out to the right, and then you work this across 2, then up 3, 2, 3. And for the final stitch, again, keep working right. For the final one, it will be across 1, then up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I find the best way to work the circle stitch is just turn the piece 90 degrees. The difference between the circle and square is just this little gap here, which this took me ages to kind of work out. Now basically, so if you come out this one, it's going to square off the piece, as you can see to the right, whereas you come out here, you still kind of get that circle. So again, it's the same stitch, so we will go across 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1. Again, you're working it the same way you did before. So again, one to the right, across 3, 1, 2, 3, then up 2, 1, 2, again, move to the right, across 1, 2, then up 3, 2, 3. And for the final stitch of this row, across 1 and up 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, again we turn it. Again, you want to come out here instead of here to make the circle. And again, it's just working the same pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1. One, 2, 3, up 2. And across 2, up 3. And the last one for this row, across 1 and up 4. At this point, I always like kind of point this out, that you can get quite a nice little horseshoe shape as well. So that's kind of another variant you can do. But we're just going to flip it to here for the final stitch. And now this final row is worked a tiny bit differently, because you want to take these stitches underneath that row. So again, it's across 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1. And come up to the right. Just let me across 3, up 2. I'm going to take it underneath those original stitches. And across 2, and up 3, 1, 2, 3. I think I've done this video so many times, I'm getting the hang of taking these stitches underneath. Okay, so now we're just on the final one, which again will be across 1 and up 4. Just want to take it underneath there. Always find the 4th stitch is always the most trickiest. And there we go. Then that's the completed circle Jessica stitch. These stitches are great for holding down things like sequins. You can also fill the centre with beads, which make a great little look. Okay, so that was the circle Jessica stitch. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if it seems a bit rushed. As I said, this is about the 3rd time it's been filmed, and it's been quite a challenge. Sorry if there's a lot of background noise. Unfortunately, the day I filmed this was quite windy, but as I said, it really needed to be filmed. There's been so much going on at the moment with repainting the workshop, so I've had to put this aside for a while, and it's been finally about time I got this filmed. Keep your eyes out for the square Jessica stitch coming up and the triangle Jessica stitch. And happy stitching.